Yada, yada, yada.
Yep. Yada, yada, yada.
What do you want? You want more light or something? Zoom out.
Yeah, I think we need a different lens for you. We'll do it tonight. Let it go.
Oh, yeah. He's filling that frame a lot more than usual.
I'm a full frame kind of guy.
No.
All right.
Husky model 2007.
What do we got? Let me see this nonsense. I also like the light of everything is turned off because I'm staring at this one now.
Oh yeah. What do you want?
Let me see. There we go. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
That's
All
what
right.
we're doing.
Yeah.
Are we going? It's what we're doing.
Baby going now. Yeah.
Sweet. How you guys doing?
Not too bad.
Not too bad?
Not too bad. Just a little weary. It's been short sleep and long days.
You and Casey both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Casey, that true?
Yeah. Sleep is not my friend right now.
Yeah. Getting up earlier in the morning or earlier in the day?
It's I don't know. I stay up later and then can't fall asleep. Then I fall asleep, but it's only for like 4 hours.
Right.
And then I get up and then like it's just a slog. Like especially all day today. Like when I first got here, just, like struggling to stay awake. You know.
Oh, wow.
Like just kind of like fall asleep right here in the chair. Just I had to get up and like close the door at one point, just walk up and down the hallway, just kind of get my blood flowing.
Oh, yeah. That'll wake you up.
Yeah, I was like, I need to stretch my legs.
But that's been going on for a couple days now?
About a week, maybe
Oh.
2 weeks.
A week.
Yeah,
That's too long, man.
It's,
I know.
All right.
I don't know what to say about getting that done or corrected.
I don't know. I mean, you guys know how I get to sleep. I basically wear myself out during the day physically, and then
Yeah, you beat the world up and then just go to bed. When there's no one left to beat up. So
so I had a fun conversation with we're going to call him our friend from the South, from the Southland.
Okay.
Before we're going to Casey and I were talking in the hallway. We have to come up with code names for all these people that we tell stories about, because I don't want to out them like to the 12 people that are actually watching this. That's just not fair.
It's not, yeah. Because you never know. We might get 1,200 people watching this.
Well, yeah, but to put
at
them in
one time.
perpetuity on the internet, like for everyone to make fun of. Anyway, so I had a conversation with our friend from the South.
Lane's gonna shit on you, but not defamish your name whilst shitting on you.
Yeah. Like if they're watching it, they're definitely going to know I'm talking shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
But in this case, it 100% deserves it, right? So he was helping me out with finding a programmer for that thing that I want to build, right?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't go, it fell through. But the way that it fell through was a little bit obnoxious. So the guy basically just disappears on me for like 3.5 months.
Yeah.
And then I text the connection and I'm like, hey, because at this point I'm like, he's gone. I don't care. But I text him like, hey, how much do I have to worry about this guy like stealing my stuff? And he comes back all offended that I even asked such a question, whatever, because that's what he does. He gets offended, generally speaking.
The southern
Our friend from the South.
of California.
Yes.
That's what they call the Southland.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was thinking Texas.
No. That was the programmer.
That's the thing.
He's useless.
okay.
Useless and unprofessional. And a bunch of other things. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, I like a couple days go by, you know, he's offended. I'm guessing the guy's moved on. He's like, whatever. But when he talks to me, he's like, well, what did you say to him? How did you treat him? I'm like, dude, I haven't had any conversation with him at all since the first time I talked to him, which was incredibly cordial. The dude basically just ghosted me. But he's just looking for the things that he's like, well, you need to approach this guy in a certain way. I'm like, whatever. He's like, he thinks you're mad at him. Like, I've literally done nothing to give that impression. Like, I haven't even talked to him. And really, the only thing that makes people think I'm mad at them is the tone that I take when they're being stupid.
And you're direct.
Yeah, but these were just texts, and they were super
text.
touchy texts because the guy's awkward anyway. So I'm like, hey man, just checking in, seeing what's going on, like just walking on eggshells around the guy. Anyway, but the connection, our friend, is basically like looking for things that I did wrong. And I'm like, dude, here's the text chain. Like he has literally ghosted me for 4 months.
Right.
Like I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, it ends. He moves on. A couple days go by and it's still bugging me. So I text him like, hey, just for your information, pretty offended by how you approach this entire situation. Like you vetted your person not at all. You didn't evaluate the problem in any way. You came at me and asked me what I was doing wrong. Silence, right? No text. Go to the gym. I'm about to start walking on the treadmill. Like I've gone through the weights, about to start walking on the treadmill. And he calls me. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm between things. I'll answer.
Right.
And I answer. And like, I go, hey, bud, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck is this shit, Lane? And I go, hey, let's be careful now. Like, we can have this conversation, or you can come hard, and this can go a way you're not prepared for. And he's like, well, I just don't understand why you would hit me with this bullshit. I'm like, okay, we've chosen the hard way. And he got what he gets, and I basically just verbally abused him for like 10 minutes. This is the best part. The whole story is for this. Now, mind you, this dude, I mean, he's later in life for sure, right?
Okay.
Stumbles over his words for a second and then goes, well, you just need to grow up. Click. Like, wait a minute. Did he just tell me to grow up before hanging up on me like a 12-year-old girl?
You just got dropped.
The irony of that should not be lost on anyone.
Oh, that is so funny.
Anyway, so that was basically how I started my day.
Oh, geez.
And since then, I've been crawling out of that emotional hole. Like, what the fuck was that? What are we doing here? Like, your person that you recommended, and I don't know how anyone else treats this, but like, if I recommend someone and they shit the bed, I'm going to apologize for them.
Absolutely.
And probably try and find another solution.
Right.
And
Well,
instead,
that's the right
I'm
thing to
getting
do.
blamed. What's that, Casey?
That's the right thing to do.
Right? Well,
People-
instead,
people
like,
don't do that.
there's a cost to making a recommendation, whether people want it or not. It's not just like, oh, I tried to help you and now I'm hands off. Yeah, go fuck yourself. That's not how that works. Like, I'm going to try and help you and I'm going to babysit this a little bit because you don't know the person I'm hooking you up with. Like, I'm going to make sure that this works out because of my reputation.
Right.
And instead, he's like, I'm Switzerland. I'm like, there's a cost to making a bad recommendation. I'm sorry, there just is. And he couldn't take it. Well, I told him, like, when he's yammering at me, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry that you have absolutely no introspective skills whatsoever, but that's on you. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
Good
No,
times.
I'm sorry your day started that way.
It was
I can imagine though.
Hey, but I gave him an out. I said,
Hard way?
bud, like, we can do this one way or we can do this another way.
Right.
This is your chance to approach this differently. And he did not.
I think he probably, when you said that, knowing him as well or not as well as I do, he felt confronted. And so he got defensive.
Well, I don't know if he was
And
defensive.
I'm not saying that's right.
Well, okay, you're probably 100% right that he was defensive, but my problem, I think, this is all conjecture, is that he was approaching this, I mean, for the same reason that he came to me for what I was doing wrong with his connection, right? So, like, he approached this like I was the junior in this negotiation. And though he's older,
Right.
I would contend that that's not necessarily the case.
When it comes to business, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and when I took steps to make sure that he understood, like, what our positions were, he didn't like it.
No. Yeah.
Anyway,
But does that really surprise you?
no, not in the slightest.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to follow through on what I think needs to be done. It's like,
I didn't.
this isn't Nom. There are rules.
And he didn't even use any of his New York sense of humor.
No,
That's a
not
shame.
at all. All right, what's going on? What have you guys seen in the world, Dave? What do you want to talk about?
Oh gosh, you know, I was reading Sports Illustrated online, and up popped
What? You were reading Sports Illustrated?
online, and what popped up was the Aaron Rodgers trade, and I was surprised to see that Green Bay, all they got were draft picks, and they got
Well, they got a lot of draft picks.
5,
Yeah.
3 or 5,
It's they moved up 2 spaces in their first round.
right?
Then they got a second round. Then
Oh,
they
I
have
thought they got a
fourth
third.
round.
Okay.
And they get if Aaron plays 65% of the games,
Mm-hmm.
they get another first round next year. So they moved up to a spot where they can now pick
Yeah, so they can build
and
essentially.
easily replace him. I just think it's funny that they washed off their quarterback to the Jets again.
Right.
Again,
Well, and the other
if-
part is that
Kansas is
they don't have to pay that salary. It's the Jets are going to absorb the salary, right?
It's the Jets. They don't pay anybody. They
well,
got
I didn't
plenty
see a
of money.
deal for Green Bay to pay any of his salary. Like sometimes you'll see that in baseball, where like David Justice when he went to the A's from the Yankees were still paying half his salary. Like that
Right.
was part of the deal. But I didn't see anything like that for this.
Yeah. So you mean Green Bay's on the hook to still pay Rodgers?
No, they're not. I think
Well, I don't think he had any more money.
the Jets. Well, he was traded, so he was still on contract.
Yeah.
Well, no, but wasn't his from last year? Wasn't it just a 1-year extension?
No, I thought he had 2 years on it. I think that's why they had to
Yes.
trade him, because otherwise he could have just signed with the Jets
Oh, true.
as a free agent.
True.
So, and I'm assuming there was no like trade of cash. I think it was just picks and
Yeah, I didn't see any money.
and a washed up quarterback from Green Bay once again playing for the Jets.
Washed up.
So-
Jets, Jets.
Kansas City is where
Sharks,
49ers go to
sharks.
die. Is the Jets where Packers go to die? Is that
Well,
what-
I don't know. We don't have that many. It's not a huge sample, right? We're talking about 2 quarterbacks.
But that's
But I bet there's been more trades to the Jets than we know of or have tracked. You know.
I mean, this is going to be a disaster for Rodgers. He's going to get paid and he's going to look like trash.
you don't think you can do it?
With the Jets,
You don't think the Jets are going to the Super Bowl this year?
100% no.
I was just about to go put $100 down on them to go to the Super Bowl.
100% against.
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute. I mean, you know, they
Cannot confirm.
Miracles can happen.
they could wild card in, and all of a sudden, they're in the bowl. It'd be great to pick them and lay a bet on them just to make it to the Super Bowl, because they certainly
All right, championship game. How about that?
In the AFC.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs in the AFC.
AFC playoffs.
No, he
No.
won't. No.
Why not?
Bucks. Bucks.
Tampa Bay.
Ravens?
No.
I don't think the Bucks, but I mean, yeah, Ravens,
No.
Chiefs, Chargers. I mean,
When are you going to name good teams?
I'm sorry, the team that won the Super Bowl is not a good team.
No.
I mean,
Look who they played.
Pittsburgh almost made the playoffs with a rookie quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I think the Jets can go.
Yeah, but
No, it's the Jets.
Rodgers is not.
The Jets are
rookie.
still going to find a way to lose to the Patriots
Well, the Patriots are good this year.
and the Bills. They're in the Bills division.
That means that they have practicing as a very high caliber team.
Yeah, they've
That
got a
means when
tall
they play all
ladder to
the other
overcome.
teams, there's no one else to play that could be any more competitive than the highest caliber team. This works in their favor.
So let me interject another football. So there's rumors that the 49ers
No.
are going to try and trade
No,
Trey
they're not.
Lance. I said it's a rumor. I did not
Oh,
say
they
it was a
100%
fact.
should.
I didn't say that they should.
They should.
What I'm saying is that what I want to put out there is that there were rumors, and an hour after the rumors got out, John Lynch says, no,
Yeah.
we're not shopping him.
Yeah, what he meant was we're not shopping him yet.
Yeah,
Right.
Keyword.
Well, I
Listen.
think I'll bet they are shopping him. He's just not ready to announce like all other
Oh, yeah.
politicians. You
Listen,
know?
dude is super talented, But in a system with, I don't know, 900 running backs, I don't know what he brings to that offense. Like, what they need is someone with less talent who's a little afraid to stand in the pocket, who can throw accurate balls 20 yards downfield.
Or more.
That's why they brought Purdy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they need a smart, like, 90% of the way there quarterback. They don't need someone with a super high ceiling. They need someone who can manage a lot of talent.
Right.
Because they've been strong forever. Their weakness has always been, for the last 6-7 years, has been quarterback.
Right. I agree. I'm thinking, though, Purdy, should he be able to get back, will be able to fulfill that number one spot.
Well, so what I heard is the number one spot right now is Brock Purdy's to lose.
Yeah, I believe that.
And the only thing is, and I think it's why they picked up, was it Darnold? Sam Darnold?
Yeah,
from
I think so.
I think they picked him up in case that if Purdy's not ready, they've got a backup.
Yeah, well, and the one downside of Trey Lance right now, he didn't seem to have a solid grasp of the playbook early season.
No.
And
I think he had
at this
yips.
point, you're getting a little afraid of like the Kyler Murray situation where they think they're learning the plays by playing Madden.
Did you just say the Y word?
Yeah.
The yips.
Did you just, they said it again. Don't say the yip. What's wrong with you?
El Hozels. The laterals. The shanks.
Shanks.
Don't say the S word. My brother was watching Tin Cup the other day.
Oh.
I went over, and it was like, I forget how good this movie is. And then before that, he was watching Bagger Vance.
No, he was on a golf run.
He was on a golf run.
I was on a police academy run, so I understand.
Police Academy.
I powered through 1, 2, and 3 on Saturday.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, they're all on HBO Max. So,
All right, Casey, what are you seeing in the world?
it's actually, it's kind of random. Just like
You
like
too.
that. You too.
No, you're fine, man.
Just random. Weird security guard guy. It's really random that I found this out just recently. In Beat It, the song.
Yeah.
That's Eddie Van Halen on guitar.
Oh, is that
I did
right?
not know that.
That is Eddie Van Halen
Wow.
on guitar. Like he does the whole song and that guitar solo, all Eddie Van Halen. And I did not know that until like 2 days ago. Randomly, I was watching one of those videos on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Michael Jackson surrounded himself with some of the best, like Eddie Van Halen and Beat It." And I was like, "What? When did Eddie Van Halen play Beat It?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing Van Halen on tour with Michael Jackson.
The
like,
hell
what-
you say?
When was that? I googled it though, and it is confirmed. Eddie Van Halen is the guitarist for Beat It.
But that's the studio version. That's not the live version.
No, I imagine the live version they just got some schmuck to pretend to be Eddie Van Halen. I bet it wasn't even plugged in. The guitar on stage. That guy just pretended.
Oh,
to
they
play.
just dubbed it?
Yeah. But think about it. That song was composed by Quincy Jackson, sung by Michael Jackson, and
You mean Quincy Jones?
Yeah, Quincy Jones.
With Eddie Van Halen
With
on
Eddie
guitar.
Van Halen on guitar. Like, that's classic.
Well, I had no idea. Then I don't pay near as much attention to that stuff as you do.
That's fair. That's fair. Other than that,
I think
though,
a lot of artists do that.
Yeah, I know it's super common in country, but that's
kind of country western. We don't,
until you're fronting a band in country. Apparently, they have it like the area code is a joke for the industry for like work because they pay so little.
Yes.
I'm told by people that do those things.
I have no idea.
Is that overheating, Casey?
I don't know what's going on here.
You move back to Will?
I did.
Okay, looks good.
What are we doing?
Is it lagging?
I don't know. Will, move your head.
Which way?
Perfect. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah, looks fine from here. I can see both.
Nice.
Quit breaking the stuff. You did not mute your computer, did you?
Oh, I did not. Did you hear that notification?
Casey's been
There's
notified.
a pop up there for a second.
Oh, pop up.
Oh my God, Casey, have you smelled the whiskeys yet? What do you think? I didn't. We haven't even. What are we smoking? I'm smoking a Padron 26.
Oh,
Nice.
Fancy.
Fancy.
Oh, sorry, my lord.
So I have a Sobremesa Toro,
A peon cigar, apparently.
all Nicaraguan.
Commander Mr. Padron over there.
Yes.
Listen, you would smoke Padrones too if we had them.
That was a gift.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This came from my buddy in Reno. I stopped down there after I
Or is
picked
it
up
Sparks?
cigarettes. Reno.
Not Sparks?
No, Reno.
Okay.
Both the smoke shop and where he lives, in fact.
Is he close by to the smoke shop?
He's like 10 minutes, but it's 10 minutes of like that.
Oh, City Streets.
Oh, zigzaggies.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, as the crow flies, it's probably about 3.5 miles. Anyway.
Have you? The new road is really useful.
Which,
Oh, the one that goes around the east side?
Yeah.
Veterans Parkway?
That is a
Oh, yeah.
fantastic piece of
where do you
construction.
catch that?
Oh, you have to go out. So, right where you turn to go up to Virginia City.
Yeah.
So you turn like you're going to Virginia City, and at the roundabout, it's like right there.
Ah.
It's actually just past the roundabout to the light, and then you make a left, and they're on Veterans Parkway, and it shoots you all the way up to the back end of Sparks.
I'll have to try that next time.
It is a fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way better than that freeway they
I'll
designed in
bet.
1970, whatever.
Was it that early
You,
ago?
you skip the spaghetti bowl. You skip. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 80, whatever, the 580, not the Bay Area 580, but you know, I think it's 580.
580.
Interchange there, that's a disaster.
Yeah, the 580 coming from Carson, merging after the Summit Shopping Center. Is that what you're talking is a mess?
No, where you go, like, where you go in the middle of town, and you turn right to go to Sparks on the freeway.
The spaghetti bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the spaghetti bowl is a mess. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
that's a mess.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as like 50 to Business 80 in Sacramento, where the whole time you're just like, don't die, don't die, don't die. Like
Right.
you look, you're like, oh shit.
Well, it's funny that interchange that you're talking about in Sacramento. It's like, where am I going? How is this working?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm going to end up in Davis and I wanted to go to Tahoe. You know, it's like,
This
Or-
didn't work out the way I'd hoped.
or I'm all of a sudden I'm in a financial, or not the financial district, I'm in a business district.
You definitely make one wrong turn, and all of a sudden you're like, this is a 30-minute detour.
Yeah.
You're on your way to Gavin Newsom's office.
So what are you guys smoking?
Sobremesa.
Oh,
Toro.
Bourbon. Yeah. Good smoke.
Regular Sober Mesa Maduro, technically.
Okay.
And I have the Viva La Vida by AJ Fernandez.
Oh, also
Nice.
good smoke.
Good old Nicaraguan.
In fact, I think I've smoked that on this show.
Yes, you have. And I think you've smoked, or Casey has smoked, the Sobremesa.
I do like the Sober Mesa for sure.
All right, so we're drinking
So what you drinking?
in a random order that we don't know. The High West Rendezvous Rye, the Blue Run Emerald Rye, and All Rise Tonight, and the Sagamore Bottled and Bond from Maryland Distillate.
I've tried A so far.
Okay. Any notes on A?
It's a little spicy.
Well, it's rye, so they're probably all going to be a little spicy.
Damn it. But it was smooth.
There you go.
I don't get a proper tasting glass.
It was a little creamy, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say creamy, smooth with some heat.
Okay. I don't know what they are yet. I like A more than B.
Oh, that's.
I mean, initial impressions, I like A more than B.
Try B then.
Yeah, they're all really good. I mean, I've had all of them individually, and none of them disappointed. I've just never had them side by side. So, all right. So, a couple things. What do you guys want to talk about first? You guys want me to rant about gaming a little bit and how poorly the gaming industry is doing right now, like
I was
from
not
a personal perspective?
I was not aware.
The win is actually up. This isn't my problem. My problem is how lazy gaming has gotten. Or do you want me to talk about a jackass DC judge and a 2A decision?
Yeah, I like that.
You want to start there?
Decisions.
All right. So, federal circuit court judge in DC had a case on a high capacity magazine ban, which anyone who's paying attention, I think, believes at this point, when one finally gets to the Supreme Court, which will probably be in the next 18 months with this court, assuming the configuration stays the same, they're going to get knocked down as unconstitutional, right? Like there's no historical reference, no historical analog for the time frame where they need one under the new decision under Bruin to apply. But so here's the thing. They specifically said, like California, New York, Illinois, a couple other states, we're using a two-part test, right? It was text and like societal need, like a balancing between an important purpose in society get balanced against the text of the Second Amendment.
Oh,
and in Bruin, the court was like, knock that shit off. There's no two parts.
Right.
It's text as informed by history and tradition,
Right.
as referenced in the time when it was written, and then a little bit also when the 14th Amendment, which is the incorporation clause effectively to the rest of the states, was written.
So clarify for me. Text is law, or is it just...
No. Text is the actual text of the Second Amendment.
No, I know, but that litmus test of that, or text and social need, they're not lawful? Are they just treatments?
I don't know what you mean by lawful and treatments. I mean, the text of the Constitution is literally the letter of the law.
No, and I get that, but what I'm asking about is...
So there's a bunch of tests
Yeah.
in the Constitution. Like when you're evaluating constitutionality, right? There's a bunch of tests that balance one thing versus another. They balance the weight of the purpose depending on the scrutiny level, important purpose or whatever.
So do those two evaluations fall in that?
No, well, so that's just it. In Bruin, the Supreme Court was like, there's no balancing. There's no important purpose. There's no, we're not talking about it waiting for a level of scrutiny. It's text as informed by history and tradition, right? Mm-hmm. One of the first thing this judge says in his decision, he puts it on paper. I actually wrote it down. So again, no balancing, no societal interest, just text as informed by history when the Second Amendment was written. So,
Yeah.
1770s.
Nice.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And the tradition of how it was enforced in the time. One thing he says, first of all, I hate this word. We need to, there are literally 20 different words if you look up a basic website thesaurus for this word.
Right.
I can't stand that everyone uses it, and it doesn't mean what they think it means, right? An unprecedented societal concern.
Oh, I hate when people use concern.
I hate when people use unprecedented. I'm so sick of that word. More importantly, though, what that means is he's balancing an unprecedented societal concern against the text of the Second Amendment, which is exactly what the Supreme Court said. Yeah, don't do that. Knock that shit off. So I don't know why they're making these decisions. It doesn't make any sense. Are they just hoping that the court changes before it gets there? I don't know. He went on. He's talking about, he starts bringing in averages in most defense situations, a person only fires 2 rounds. So 10 should be plenty. I don't know. We're clearly getting into I'm venturing into some of the things that I complain about, but this one bugs me. I don't know why my right to self-defense ends at 10 rounds. That's some Darwinian bullshit.
Oh, that's
so.
yeah.
Are they better if they're better prepared than I am? They win. Is that what we're saying? I didn't know that I was going to have to defend myself that day. The person I'm defending myself against probably did. They probably woke up and planned to do some shit. And on the list that's prepare to do shit, one of the things is have plenty of ammo. What are we doing?
That's a basic tenet. Exactly. It's and it's, so I have 10 and then I've got 3 more 10s on.
Right?
This.
Is this natural selection? What are we doing? I get 10 tries and then my right to self-defense ends. I don't understand.
That's a hell of a point.
I don't understand what we're doing. Yeah.
We're trying
Casey, you look like you have words.
Just, I understand that 10 in certain situations is excessive. Sure. But there can't be a limit. for
Dude.
like defense? Like, is that 10 per person?
There-
Is that 10 per instance?
So somewhere in California, decades ago, probably like 25 years ago, there was a guy that was arrested, and they did a shoddy search, and he had something like with 10 to 15 rounds in his belt
Okay.
in the police car.
What?
Yeah, they searched him bad. He was cuffed. The gun was there. So cops are doing their thing. This is a jurisdiction
was
where they've got
cuffed
two
and
cars
still-
two cops in the car, right? Doing his thing, like slides his cuffs out. Cops are busy, fucking doing whatever they're doing. Gets the gun out. They get in. He starts firing. They start firing. Everyone emptied their clips. No one was hit. And you better believe that anyone that still had bullets would have kept going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And therefore you make a great point. My ability or right to self-defend ends at 10 rounds. I mean, if that's all I'm carrying because that's all it's legal, and the guy who's a criminal is carrying three 10s, so to speak, you're hosed.
And I'm not one of those, like, I hate the, like, good guys with guns stop bad guys with guns. I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to, but I just can't stand the cliche. Like, I hate the argument. Make a better argument than that.
Okay.
But my better argument is, why should my right to self-defense stop at 10 rounds? That's
Right.
my argument.
Against a crazed, probably, maybe.
Yeah, but this isn't 10 rounds outside carrying concealed in my car. This is 10 rounds everywhere. Unless I have another clip handy, this is 10 rounds in my house.
Right.
Like, really? This is what we're talking about? I don't understand how this has ever been a winning argument. And it's not going to be now, but judges are still making it because they want to prove a political point rather than, decide something on the current law.
Right.
Whatever. Anyway.
So, I lost my train of thought.
That's all right. Casey, what do you think about this nonsense?
I thought we solved this problem.
Oh, no, it was never. After Bruin, it was always going to be a couple of years of infighting before anyone figured out anything.
Well, but I thought defense was a big deal in that New York case.
It was. That's Bruin.
Oh, that's the Bruin case.
Yeah, that's the Bruin case.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I thought we were done.
Yeah, but
No.
judges in, I don't even know what you would call it, like anti-gun rights, gun safety jurisdictions, whatever, right, are just making this shit up. And, I mean, I thought judges hated getting overturned more than that, but it's going to happen. I mean, it's 100% going to happen.
It's going to make the U.S. Supreme Court a lot more busy.
I mean, this court is really predictable right now, especially on this issue.
Right.
And they're like, wow, maybe they're going to listen to this argument. No, they're not. They already saw it.
And where is this judge located?
Washington, D.C.
So
Interesting.
all we have to do is drive to Washington and sneak in more than 10 rounds, use them on him in his general vicinity, and see if he thinks that 10 is enough to defend himself with.
you-
I mean, I'm not going to get behind that.
But it's just, theoretically.
But listen, a lot of those judges that would make those decisions are the politicians that would make those decisions, and they carry.
yeah, like the judge.
Oh, yeah.
like the judge in Justified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had law professors that carried, I knew judges that carried. It's a thing.
I would want to know his opinion if he needs more than 10 rounds.
No. Listen, I can't get behind randomly shooting at someone. That's a terrible idea.
Well, it's for science, though.
It's also illegal.
but it's for
And,
science.
So
attempted murder.
It's not attempted murder.
it's
for science.
conspiring to commit murder.
No, it's not.
It's not?
That's not conspiracy.
Okay.
You'd have to do more planning.
For it to be conspiracy?
Yes.
Well, you need other people involved. I think A might be the one.
I like
C's a little harsh. C's nose is really nice.
C smells good, but it burns.
It doesn't just burn. It doesn't have the flavors to back up the burn.
There's not like it just burns to burn, and then it burns away all the flavor. And then B it's okay, but I find myself going back to A.
My problem is, I'm pretty sure A is my top. B and C. I'm having a hard time deciding between B and C.
Mine is A, B, C.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Literally in the letter.
Literally
order.
in the line, A, B, C.
All right. said something funny. I can tell because Will's laughing at me.
Well, I thought he was naming the
he needs the
whiskeys
simple
as
things.
ABC whiskeys.
No,
It's the simple thing.
Is this whiskey or is this something else?
It's bourbon.
it's whiskey.
Okay.
It's rye,
Right. Okay.
but rye is whiskey. Anyway, all right, gaming. Right, so this is the thing.
Oh, what's
and I've
going
seen
on
it in
with
the
gaming?
casinos that are around here, and I've seen it in the casinos in Reno.
We're talking casino gaming.
Vegas is different, right? So first of all, when people think gaming, you can think Vegas, or you can think everywhere else in Nevada. Any casino is sort of a wash. Some of them get to do strip math, which is what we refer to as Vegas. They get to play by different rules. It's called strip math. Everyone else has to play something different, right? They have to do more stuff.
Unless you're in
This
Tunica.
is the best way I can describe gaming. It's a scam. 100%. Now, we make it mostly okay. Like, people like to gamble. They like the idea of possibly winning some money, right? We're really good at taking advantage of that. But the casinos that do it well dump a bunch of incentives at marginal prices and through comps around gaming. So, like, amazing food, amazing entertainment, like sports venues, whatever. Like,
Right. Giveaways.
Yeah. Like, alcohol at prices that would be now. Obviously, Vegas is different because Vegas gets, I don't know, 1.5 billion visits a year or something absurd like that. It's not that high, but like, in hyperbole,
It's going to get there.
more than anyone else.
Right.
So, but even though they're charging out the nose for everything outside of drinks on the casino floor, like, the restaurants are incredible, the entertainment they bring in is amazing, but these little casinos
Can't pull
like,
that.
Well, I had one of my bosses. My previous bosses asked me one time, like, why can't every outlet be profitable in a casino? And my answer was, because I can't make enough money in those outlets to account for what you're going to lose on the gaming floor making that decision, right?
Right.
I represented about a fifth of the total revenue. And the other 80% was all slots and table games.
Wow.
So, like, I can't make up 80%. If that decision costs you, 8 figures, I can't make that up.
Right.
Like, I don't have the mechanism to do it in this market, right? It's just a thing. So he's like, well, I'm like, look, and I told him the same thing. This is a scam. We are polishing a turd. Our job is to be the best polished turd in the market so that people don't notice, or that they notice and they don't care because we're treating them so well doing everything else that we have that it's okay. So this is my thing. If you enjoy gaming, like, if you play for entertainment, right on, do it. But make us earn it a little bit. Like, don't just walk into a casino and play. Like, shop the incentives, shop the best comps, shop the best restaurants. Like, make the casino earn it a little bit.
Well, I think that's what the rewards programs are doing.
Yeah, but the rewards programs are trash. I mean, most casinos are at like 18% comp value. The prices are elevated now in their restaurants because they think they need to be profitable. I mean, look, if you're paying double for a mediocre steak, even if it's free, though, it's not really free to you. Those points represent a cash value
True.
on your rewards program, and they're eating away at them. Like, oh well, when we comp out cigarettes, it's double the price of what they're listed at. Like, make us earn it a little bit.
Right.
Shop the incentives is what I'm saying. Like, don't just give it to anybody. And then understand, like, the other part of this is understand, right? Like, outside of Vegas, where, again, strip math, everyone's slot machines are turned to the highest hold they can. Slot machines hold anywhere between 4 and 16%. 4%, you're playing for a long time. 16%, it goes a lot faster than you think it does, right? So if you're on a machine and you feel like it's tight and it's eating your money, it probably is. People are far more sensitive to that and more accurate in those situations than they realize. Like, you can't have, people want to evaluate on the jackpots, and you really can't. What you need to evaluate, because eventually you'll win jackpots. Like, jackpots are sort of random based on the quantity of them. Like, you can't predict it, but what you can predict is how long you can play, your time on device for a certain amount of money. And if you're in a place where you've got a longer time on device for a certain amount of money, you've got a better chance of hitting a jackpot eventually. So go where your money lasts longer.
Of course.
That's my rant. I'm just tired of seeing casinos do such a lazy job.
They get away with it.
Well, they're comfortable being lazy.
Yeah.
No, I know, but it bugs me. Because there are some casinos that actually do it really well. Their comp to dollar ratio for the rewards programs is closer, is 25, 30% instead of 18.
Oh, that's
You're getting
nice.
better value for your buck. You're playing for longer. Their holds are lower. It's just a better system. But it's just like any other business. Like, you wouldn't go to a business charging you double for a lesser product. Why do you go to a casino that's doing that?
Because you don't know.
Yeah, well, you kind of know. People have a feel for it, but they can't put words to it.
You get the feeling that there's something shady in there,
Right?
Well, yeah.
because if you walk into a building with $100, and 20 minutes later you walk out of that building with no more $100, you have to question what you just did for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what was the purpose of that? If you're not playing on a player's card to, because realistically the player's card is your investment, right? Like, if you're not using a player's card, one, what are you doing? Because you're not getting anything back, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not tracking any points, you're not tracking your play, you're not earning comps, you're not earning free play. Like, if you're not using the player's card, you're not really taking advantage. And you go in there and you go, what the hell did I just spend $100 for?
Well, I'm fairly certain, I haven't looked at these numbers in quite a while, but I'm fairly certain that for like $1 average bet on a slot machine, $100, like in a tight casino, is going to last you between 35 and 37 minutes. And in a casino, like a local casino that's running a 5.5%, 6% hold, you can get up over an hour on that $100 on average. Now, again, it's gambling, so there's variations. But if it feels like your money's going quick, it probably is. Like, you're probably in a casino that's running tight, or a bank that's running tight in that casino. Like, move around, shop the machines, shop the incentives. Like, at least get some bang for your buck.
Shop the tables, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow this guy, and he talks about trying to find out if the casino you're in offers what they call a taste.
I don't know that.
So what it is he says, you take, like, let's call it $100, okay? And you find a row of machines. What you're doing is you stick the money in, and you play five spins, right? If something happens in those 5 spins, you go to the next machine, you cash out, take whatever you got, cash out, and basically you go down the row of machines. If more of those machines give you something within the 5 spins versus not, then most likely the casino runs on what they call taste giving, which means that the machines are designed to basically, like, give you free spins to get you lured in on the first 5 spins and then keep you there so you play your money afterwards longer. He says if you can find a casino that offers a taste and you get it right, go to high limit, start with $500 and start at the corners and work your way around the high limit. Doing that, he said one time he did that, he got 6 hand pays just from the tastes. Because he kept getting all of these big free spins in high limit. And he was like, oh yeah, hand pays, half the row of machines I was hand pays. I got tired of seeing me there. I had to leave.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's, again, you think about that, right? Because it's like, well, that makes sense. There probably is a setting that says, let's you put 5 spins in and something's going to happen. That way it gets you. That's the lure, right?
Yeah, no, so that actually is, because I didn't think they could do that in the whole, like, registering your play, because it's super regulated, right? But I was talking to one of my bosses, and that's a thing. Like, you can program machines to do that.
Yeah. Apparently in Vegas, it's 1 in 4 casinos offer the taste program in their system of play. You got to think, though, in the Strip, that's pretty good odds if you figure out which casinos they are.
Yeah, if you know where they're at. And I don't know that they have to do it on all their machines. It could just be some machines.
Yeah, he suggested that you do, like, corners first.
Yeah.
For some reason, the corner machines also have a tendency to be...
They get more play, don't
Well,
they?
it's not actually that. So they have entire software systems devoted to time on device and volume on device for each machine in the building. And it basically creates a heat map. So they know where they can hook you and where you're going to, and from what position in the casino, where you're going to migrate to more than likely. And if you play a certain machine, where you're going to go to next. Oh, they have all that.
Oh, yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Oh, no. They're not dumb.
No. No, it's a
They're
serious,
just lazy.
It's a
They're
serious
just
business.
a little, and they're getting a little greedy. Like, as they fear the coming recession, whether it happens or not, they're going to start tightening up. They're going to start raising prices. They're going to start blaming inflation. They're going to start lowering comps. And I mean, listen, the casinos that do it right, when it's tight, come out on the other end better, right? Because you've separated yourself from the rest of the market when everyone was being frugal. And then when everyone's flush, you get a better inflow of business than everybody else. But casinos don't see it that way because casinos live on a business model where people just largely throw money at them for no reason. Like, they understand how to get people to throw more money at them, but they don't necessarily understand how to get people to throw money at them when they're not, right? Like, generating new business, not a casino strong suit. Maximizing the business that walks through the door, something they're pretty deft at.
Yeah, car dealerships are kind of like that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Anyway, that's my gaming rant. It's been bugging me.
Interesting. The little things that bug you. Is it a little thing, though?
I mean, for most people, it's a little thing. Most people gamble, if they gamble at all, once or twice a year.
Yeah,
But
They're not as spoiled as we are.
true.
We can just
Yeah.
go whenever we want.
Where we live in it,
Yeah.
essentially.
all right, I think I'm with you, Casey. I think we're going A, B, C.
All right.
Hold on. I'm going to give C one more try, and then I'm going to
Don't torture yourself.
A and B, A and B.
Yeah,
I
I
really like the nose on C, but it just doesn't hold
It's,
up on the
I
palate.
like this. I like the aroma of C. I wish A had C's aroma.
Yeah, me too.
That would be
All right.
fantastic.
We're going to side by side these two, and then I'm going to guess wrong as to what they are.
Perfect. I was thinking about something though, and I'm glad you're here. I can ask you.
What do you got?
Can you copyright a phrase?
I think so.
Like just any phrase?
So, would it be considered a slogan rather than a
No,
phrase?
it has to be.
It's like I thought because they copyrighted the birthday song, right?
Yes,
And then you
so
couldn't
you can
sing it?
absolutely copyright a phrase, but it has to be unique enough to not be considered something in common usage or some common part of speech. Honestly, I didn't take copyright or patent law. Like, I've read through a little bit of it just for personal reasons.
Right.
But I'm 99% sure that it has to be unique enough that it can't be part of common usage.
But you just do it though, right? It doesn't have to be like for any specific reason.
No.
And then can you just go around and be like, "That's mine. That's copyrighted. You can't use it."
No, because you can't do it to people, right? We're really talking about, when you're talking about copyright, like it's someone else using it for profit. So, like, you can't stop someone from singing happy birthday. You can stop a restaurant from singing happy birthday to their customers.
You can.
Or having to make the happy birthday
Really?
song different.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because the happy birthday song, Will,
Well, yeah.
like the generic one that people sing,
yeah.
is copyrighted, which is why they don't sing it at restaurants.
Well, doesn't just the
Or they change the speed, or they change. Honestly, though, like,
well, they change the name based upon the person's name. So
They do, but it's like the tempo, the regular happy birthday song was copyrighted.
right.
So you couldn't sing it to your customers. That's why all the goofy happy birthday songs come out of nowhere when you're in restaurants.
yeah, and if I can be honest, if they could all end, every single one of them, I'd be fine with that.
You don't like the happy birthday?
They're fucking awful.
I'm not.
They're awful.
I know what we're doing in June.
Oh my god.
How many free sombreros can we get you?
There's no Chevys left around here.
Oh, that's true.
All right, Casey, I'm gonna go ABC. Do you want to?
All right. So what?
Do you want to try and guess what they are?
Yeah. What were we drinking?
So we're drinking. So I'll give you a little explanation on all of them. Right.
Okay.
So the Sagamore is the youngest.
Okay.
It's a 4 to 5 year bottled in bond.
The youngest. So that means that it needs work.
You're gonna get like the brightest sort of grain notes, and it'll probably be the most astringent because I don't think we have anything old enough in here to offer any other sort of astringency.
Fair enough.
The Blue Run, I don't know the age. My guess is like 6 to 7. It's all sourced still. I think Blue Run, I think the Emerald Rye is still sourced, and I don't think they tell you where. They might.
Okay.
Someone knows. I don't.
Okay.
And then the Rendezvous Rye is from High West, and it's a blend of, I think, a 6-year and an 18-year or something. 6-year and it's a pretty old and a average age rye blended together.
What did you call that?
Okay.
The brand it was High West Rendezvous.
Oh, okay. You caught me off guard with the Rendezvous. I'm like, going, I don't have a Rendezvous.
Oh yeah,
the
I didn't put
list.
Rendezvous on the labels. I just put High West.
So I'm gonna go with C being the Sagamore.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm torn. It's rye, and again, like we always do this after smoking multiple cigars. So
Yeah, we've already blasted a pallet and a half. So I'm gonna say A is the West.
okay, and B is the Blue Run.
Yes,
I think I'm gonna agree with you.
I think that's where I'm gonna go because the Sagamore clearly needs more time.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it'll be fantastic in 2 years.
Yeah, and then the B, I could see it being kind of in the middle of the road, but I think A gets the smoothness from the old age mixed with the average.
Yeah,
age.
and A has just a little bit more of that like savory thing going on that you get from an older whiskey,
It's more character.
I think. But I also remember Blue Run surprising me with that, which is what threw me a little bit. But I'm going to go High West A, B Blue Run, C Sagamore.
Casey?
Yes, Will.
Same thing?
Yes. That's
Okay.
yeah.
So, A, yes, you are correct. High West.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
We mixed up the other two.
the other two are flip flopped.
Okay.
So your B is Sagamore, and your C is Blue Run.
Run.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys didn't do too bad.
A is
You got
clearly
one.
my favorite of the three. I do like A quite a lot. How do you guys like your cigars? Good smokes?
So, are you ready for F1?
Yes.
To return?
Tell me about F1. Oh my God. This 3-week break has been
I'm telling you.
atrocious.
Well, so
Are you still
It's
in
been
the?
unbearable.
It's this
Yes.
week.
And I'm still in the lead, and I should be in the lead by more. I don't know. I don't understand how they score the DNFs because he had 2 drivers that DNF'd. So they should have both taken a 20-point penalty
right.
and didn't. So I should be up on him by like 100 points, and instead I'm up on him by like 58 points or something.
I wonder if it's because they finished a certain number of laps.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because-
but in my mind, a DNF is a DNF.
This is true, but realistically, they were only down by 3 laps from finishing the race.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but still.
I don't
Did not finish.
I don't know. It's Azerbaijan this week, though.
Yeah.
So, you think that the foolishness of what you saw, Azerbaijan, way better. Because it's that street course in Baku
Yeah.
with that 90-degree turn off the front, followed by a 90-degree turn into the city, followed by, crazy other 90-degree turns off the 5th and 6th side at the back end. So, this will be a good race.
Okay.
Like, this is the one where that race, like 3 years ago, was red flagged 3 times because dudes kept clipping the corners. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. That's this place.
God, A is so good.
It's going to be so fun.
That High West is good.
We need more of that.
All right, so do you see
So-
any significant changes, Casey,
To the drivers.
in how F1 looked for the first 3 races?
No.
No. So Red Bull,
Red.
Mercedes,
Well, see, now here's the thing.
with
though.
Fernando Alonso in there somewhere.
I don't actually.
Is Ferrari going to start finishing races?
Well, the Ferraris have tire problems.
Yeah, clearly. We've known this since before the season started.
This track is not tire friendly.
Oh.
Like, this track eats tires.
So if my
'Cause
competitor
it's a road course.
in this fantasy thing, who is a Ferrari honk, goes with his heart,
If they still have that tire deg problem they had,
he's going to be in trouble.
he's hosed.
Okay.
Because that straightaway, the front end straightaway is like the longest straightaway of all of them, basically. And it's basically flat out till you hit that 90-degree turn that you have to come in hard for. And it just eats away at those tires. So that's what, like 2 years ago, Max was in the lead. And then he had that blowout on the straightaway. And then he lost He couldn't finish because he blew out the tire, and he got passed, and I think Checo won.
So what time of day is this race?
Oh, it's gonna be.
This is probably one of those 4 o'clock in the morning for us.
Yeah.
Noon for them. Well,
8 hours.
When do they show? Is Miami's in May?
yes, Miami is next week
Really?
after this week.
I mean, the next race. Is it? There's
No,
more
I-
than
I-
a week spread, right?
I think. Let's see here. I can tell you.
I mean, that's a lot of travel. That's a huge.
So
travel.
yeah, so May 5th through the 7th is Miami.
So you're gonna have.
Cinco
Oh my
de
gosh.
Mayo. Oh god. Oh snap!
So
You
you.
thought last year was crazy.
So there's a race next weekend, which is the 30th and the 1st.
the 28th through the 30th,
Okay, through the 30th,
and then
right
the
after that they
5th
come
through
to.
the 7th.
Wow.
Right? They go from Azerbaijan, get on a plane, fly to Miami.
That's a long travel week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
big-
short travel week for the distance that they're going.
Well, and then you
Yes.
got
I was referring to the distance specifically.
so then you've got Italy is May 19th through the 21st, followed directly by Monaco, May 26th through May 28th.
All right.
So your Monaco race is coming up.
Monaco's where I'm gonna make moves, I think,
Yep.
and try and separate from this guy.
And then Spain is June 2nd through June 4th.
So,
So
the
there's
Monaco
there's
race is
triple-
on Memorial Day weekend, I believe.
Yes.
Although clearly that's only relevant to us.
Yeah, that only matters for us, which is why Miami's going to be crazy because it's Cinco de Mayo. Last year they partied hard.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I think some of those dudes didn't finish because they were hungover.
how do you think Vegas is gonna go?
They're not going to show up. We're still waiting for some of these guys to show up.
It's like 3 guys there. Like, do you guys want to race this out? Do you just want to draw straws for 1, 2, and 3?
Walk of shame it.
Yeah.
Dudes are showing up in like half worn tuxedos and just haggard as all hell.
Oh, it'd be amazing. It'd be incredible.
Team members are pouring out of limos just covered in glitter and cash and bags of chips they didn't cash in because they didn't have time. And it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is 100% going to be the race in Las Vegas.
I get a kick out of how he put glitter in there first.
I mean,
It gets everywhere.
don't look in the limo.
Yeah.
I prefaced it as they were coming out of a limo. Glitter's first,
Yes.
money second. Followed by, whatever else is left in there.
Oh my God. No, I'm glad F1's back.
Yeah. No,
That 3 weeks was
Sundays have been rough.
a long break. It's like summer break, but it's not
Well,
summer yet.
I think that's why they did it.
Yeah.
I think it was like because last year it was hard. Everyone was complaining about all the back-to-backs, being rough on all the drivers. So I think this year they were like, okay, what if we gave you like 2 extra weeks in the beginning? You got to go hard till the summer break, come back from the summer break, and then we'll stretch it out a little bit, keep you going.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where they're at.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's you got to think Monaco's June, and then there's 3 races in between that, and then all of a sudden you're at Silverstone for July,
Yeah.
and then once you're in Silverstone,
Also, a race that I'm going to make moves on. Monaco and Silver. I'm hoping to separate at Monaco and Silverstone. I'm hoping he does nothing, and I can make a couple of adjustments and get some play.
I mean, he's in the casino business, so why wouldn't he change some of his picks? I mean, if it's going bad for him, he's got to make a change.
I'm sure that he will.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and take advantage of the fact that
That he
he's
will.
a Ferrari honk
Sure.
and can't separate from his emotions. 1. And 2, since he's in the casino business, will likely chase some bad weeks and make some bad decisions. Because, no one in the gaming world has ever chased a loss.
Right. Yes.
no,
Never happened.
never
I know of no such thing.
never happens at all.
Oh my God. Chasing the loss. I feel like these businesses are literally built on chasing the loss.
Wasn't that why didn't Harvey Gross? What was it? Harvey Gross?
That started Harvey's?
Yeah.
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 Didn't he say the most dangerous thing you can do in a casino is win money?
I wouldn't put it past him. He also said, I pay my bills on the nickel slots.
nickel
Everything
slots?
else is gravy.
Yeah.
I thought that was Hera.
No, I think that was Harvey.
Okay.
Yeah. But the most dangerous thing you can do in a casino is win money. Because from that moment on, you think, oh, I can do that again.
Well, the statistic is up like 48% of everyone that games in a casino is up at some point.
Right.
And like 95.5% of those people will give it back and then some. We had that guy, I mean, the first casino job I ever had dealing at Harvey's 100 million years ago when it was still just Harvey's, like before Harris bought it, before all the different mergers, it was just Harvey's. We had that guy. He comes in, he buys in on Thursday afternoon for $2,000, right? And he's up and up and up. At his peak Saturday sometime, he was over 300K
Off of 2000.
off of 2,000.
Off of 2000.
And when he left Monday morning, he was in the hole 6 figures,
Now that is how you do it properly.
right? I mean, that's just, listen, we loved him. He tipped enough every night that every dealer got an extra $500 every day he was there. I mean, he was,
yeah, I bet.
he was living it up, but he was way up and then way down.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, it's what casinos do.
Well, he bought in. I mean, he basically started with 2000 and he ended up 6 figures in the hole.
Yeah.
How did he get the credit? Maybe
I'm guessing
maybe
he,
he didn't get credit.
I'm guessing he was a George from the beginning. That was just his buy-in. Because no one loses 6 figures that doesn't have some sort of bankroll.
Right.
or-
to some degree.
Yeah.
Like, generally speaking, someone who makes $55,000 a year does not go 6 figures in the hole to a casino.
Right.
I mean, there are obviously exceptions, very strong exceptions, but generally speaking, my guess is he was a player already.
Right.
And that just happened to be like his buy-in just happened to be $2,000. It's not like I don't imagine that he started with nothing, like in his bank account. That's just what his buy-in was, and he had an incredible lucky streak and just parlayed into a ridiculous amount of wins.
Right.
Oh, I have to thank you, Lane.
For
The cherries of Bear Mountain.
oh, my God. Are you still watching that?
That shit
Is
makes my
hilarious.
day every time I flick through my Instagram now.
I mean, there's some silly stuff on there.
It's legitimately like, wow.
Oh yeah,
Like just today, I saw a dude and he's holding his snowboard, standing in line, and one of his bindings is still on his boot.
oh I saw that one. I wonder because it's not a click in. You can see it's the whole binding on his foot.
It's the whole, and I'm
So,
just like,
what happened? Did he just rip it off the board when he came to a stop? What happened there?
yeah, like the screws clearly are no longer there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And then like the very next video was very devout mountaineer people going through what I assume is a 3-foot puddle. Like
Yeah, oh, yeah,
for
it's the
for
pond
an
skip.
entrance gate or something.
Yeah.
Like because you have to go through this gate
Right.
and it's just flooded.
Oh.
And they're like, dude. And I feel bad for the guys on snowboards
Oh.
because they're like not taking the snowboard off.
Yeah.
Which I probably would have. They're like, no, I think the snowboard will hold the water. It's fine. Don't worry, bro. Let's just go through it. And I'm like, what? Whose job is it to get rid of that water? Like, what?
Yeah.
Clearly, it's a summer day, but
I mean, it's that time of year. There'll be we're probably not there yet, but give it another week, 10 days, and everything below the bottom of Powder Bowl will be a lake. Like to get in, like for maintenance to crawl into the lift, I don't know what you call it, the lift.
Lift shack?
Yeah.
The lift shack.
Not the shack, but like the
Oh,
actual
the, bull-
mechanic.
the,
Into the bull wheel.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have to walk through a puddle to get to that ladder. I mean, it happens every year that there's a
Yeah.
lot of snow up there.
is it?
Dude, the info shack at the top of at Comet and Dipper,
Yes.
top of Dipper.
Yes.
You can see this much
of the
top of the
crown.
airframe. Yeah.
No, you can't. There's nothing that. I mean, that is a ton of snow.
Oh, someone asked me. They're like, "Well, did they shovel out the doorway?" I'm like, "No,
No.
no, they didn't."
They did not access that
And the spring vehicles are coming in very nicely.
Yeah.
Start my mom's neighborhood. There's a van, very beautiful van coming out of the snow now that I did not know was there.
Oh yeah. Like, oh my God, there was a car there.
I'm like, one, surprisingly, it's still all together. It's missing a mirror,
Yeah.
which is probably fine, but
Might have been missing that before the season.
couldn't tell because it wasn't actually next to the car door. But impressive. I was like, that. There's a van under that pile of snow, and then there's like 2 other cars.
Have you started to
around
see
her
the summer
neighborhood.
cars driving around? The supercars are starting to show up.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they really?
I would be terrified to drive one of those cars in Tahoe right now with
Right
the
now with all
potholes.
the
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
the shiny Corvettes are coming out, and the pretty cars are starting to show up. People are like, yeah, Tahoe pretty cars. No,
yeah, we're not there yet.
we're not there.
I haven't seen the lime green Aventador yet.
Oh no, he doesn't show up till May.
Is that when he shows up?
That's a May car for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
only
but
see that car in May.
I don't see these streets getting fixed too soon. I don't think they're going to
No.
get fixed by June.
No. No.
We're definitely gonna have a couple of like $10,000 to $15,000 undercarriage repair jobs on some of those cars. Like they're already driving them around and they don't have the clearance for those potholes.
Yeah. No, I don't know when they're gonna start fixing those roads. Although they're starting the power line maintenance on top of the mountain.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, and then
On Spooner, not on Kingsbury.
yeah, May 1st is the start of the much anticipated Zephyr Cove project. Thank God.
We need it, but it's going to be obnoxious driving through there for you.
No, because no one's gonna be allowed to park anywhere.
Oh, really? They're not going to narrow down the road, though?
Well, they're not narrowing down the road. They're just building.
No, I mean for construction. They're not going
Oh.
to close off lanes.
Sure they are.
I think coming this way, I'll lose a lane
Okay.
when they start the actual sidewalk part.
But not going out.
But I think going out until they start putting up the actual street light, they're not going to. I think
Oh.
the first part is the meadow conversion to parking,
Yeah.
and then I think it's street lights after that.
Okay. They need that street light. Dude, I have seen some of the gnarliest wrecks right there.
But
I mean, people just get blasted.
I'm
They're,
so
they're
excited.
head-ons.
Yeah. Well, they're
So-
usually
no, they're
people
side-
pulling out of
yeah.
that road
It's
from
side.
the high school.
Oh, T-bones.
Yeah, they pull out and they just get destroyed.
Right.
I mean, I've seen like, dude, people get care flighted out of there. Like it's bad. Well,
Well,
because people the speed limit's 45, but people go through there at 75, 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year we had that one that dude came up behind, hit the guy from behind, slammed him into 3 other parked cars,
Yeah.
and then flung that Jeep out upside down on the side of the road there, and traffic was stopped for like 4 hours. Although I'm curious because they say you're not going to be able to park like anywhere on the side of the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're taking that
Well,
away.
There, exactly.
They're still going to find places to park on
gonna
the side of the
find-
road.
and I'm just like, so how far back are we pushing this annoyance?
Yeah.
Because I've seen people like 4th of July. I've seen cars go from
Oh, dude.
Cave Rock all the way to Zephyr Cove.
Yeah.
And people just park there for shits because they
Just
can.
wherever.
Yeah. So unless you're doing it the whole way, you're just moving the nuisance.
Well, and they just know you'd need like 20 guys doing nothing but parking enforcement and issuing tickets. You would need
More
50
than
tow
that.
trucks to do anything about those 2 weeks in July.
Yeah, it's. But I'm excited for the street light and the no parking in that specific spot because I'm always afraid I'm going to tag somebody getting out of their car being drunk and stupid right there.
Oh yeah, I've seen people doing some like the dude in the program lying in the center line shit
Yeah.
at Zephyr Cove. Like
Yep.
at the end of the day when they're just smoked. Oh, it's bad.
Or drunk kids just playing chicken
Yeah,
because they can.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what? Get out of the road.
and that's still as bad as that is. It's still not as bad as the road that goes from 50 to Incline Village, 28.
Oh, dude,
That's a disaster.
I don't drive that road.
I've seen, and that one is on the side of a cliff. Like I see people parked. Like, how is that car holding the
Staying.
road? Like that should legitimately be tumbling down to the lake right now.
Yeah, you wonder.
Yeah,
if you sneezed on it, it would.
yeah.
Like if you got out, it was like shit. It's all over the fucking mountain.
Like that's a ballsy parking job, sir or madam. Yeah.
Hey, 3 points of contact. They're doing good. They're just
Oh my god, how long have we been at this so far?
Oh, where are we at? We are at 1 whole hour and 10 minutes.
What do you say we call it? I'm getting a little warm. They haven't. I don't think they've swapped over the system yet.
Yeah, that's,
To
I
cool.
mean, we've had a nice long session.
Yeah.
No.
All right, guys.
Will,
All
Will,
right.
how you feeling about that? You good?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. Yeah,
Yeah. You sure? You
I'm fading.
fading.
I'm fading.
Drink more Coke.
Well, it's interesting is I think I'm about to go carless.
Yeah, you were saying that. Did you finally
Yeah.
make that decision?
Are you actually going to do it?
I think I'm going to do it. The only drawback I have is if I ride my bike down to the cigar shop here, going home at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. when we're done smoking here, some nights, it's going to be a chilly ride home.
You rode a motorcycle for how many years?
I would definitely stuff a puffy in your bag.
Oh, no. I definitely know that there's a puffy going to be in my bag. There's also going to be
ask Kevin for your leather chaps bag.
Oh God! You sit down over there.
Yeah, I guess I could roll.
Get your village people look on again.
I could definitely put on my my insulated overalls.
Yeah, but the other problem is there's going to be a lot of nights where it's way too much.
Yeah,
True.
I mean,
Because we're still going to get that like 6-week period where it's 72 at night.
Yeah, but it's just going to be in my backpack.
Yeah, that's fair.
true.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be. Or I just get my my ski pants, my ski shells.
All right.
That's good. Well, I'm glad you said it on air because now we have a date. We can set like an over/under for how long you last without the
Carlos?
car. Like Carlos, like call it now. How long does it go before you use the car again?
Well, I mean, so that's so it may not even happen. I may just.
Oh, true.
I may just not even.
Is it? Are you just bored of the Gladiator?
Well, I'm not
Is that
driving.
what it is?
I'm just not driving it. It's not like I'm.
Well, why not?
I don't know.
Is it not fun to drive?
No, it is. I mean, it's cool to drive. I don't know if it's fun to drive.
Well, see, you don't do the Jeep things that other people do, though. Like, have you ever taken the top off?
No.
See,
Yeah.
wait, you're wasting the Jeep.
Well, why?
Have you taken
if I'm not taking
doors
the
off?
if I'm not taking the top off, why am I having a Jeep
Yeah,
Gladiator?
exactly.
If
Why-
I'm not taking the doors off,
What
why
are
am
you
I
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
you
am I-
should be drinking White Claws and going off roading. Like, what are you doing? You're not maximizing your Jeep bra potential.
Exactly. And if I'm not maximizing the potential of the Jeep, why am I driving it? Why am I continuing to have it when I could probably be in, a Mini or be in a Subaru?
I knew the Mini was coming back up.
It always does.
It always does. You just need to get yourself a Mini again. A smaller. You need the smaller Mini though. I don't think you need the big Mini. You need the Italian Job Mini.
The mini?
No, the
Clubman, or the
Oh,
Coupe.
yeah.
The Cooper.
the Cooper.
Yeah.
Just the small Cooper.
Yeah.
I can't go that small. I just can't go that small.
No, well, because you've got gear.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. You need some kind of hauling.
Well, I think what's going to I have it figured out that what I would do is put a box. Put my box on top of the Mini.
The box is not aerodynamic.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it is not.
It sure most certainly
It has the
is.
aerodynamic properties of a brick. You're
No.
putting a brick on top of a Mini.
Wrong.
Not allowed.
Wrong.
All
Wrong.
right. If you're getting a Mini, all right, we're swapping in a 2JZ
Lies.
twin turbo.
Lies.
All right, we're gonna do some work on the suspension. We'll get you out for some track days. Okay, that's what we're gonna do if you get a Mini.
Well, then, yes, I would need the
Slap
smaller
turbo,
one. Well,
like-
no, I would then definitely need the smaller one for sure.
So, that's, yeah.
I've even looked at the Clubman. So,
The Clubman. Oh,
Yeah.
Sophisticated Mini.
well, it's it's funny
Very
is
posh Mini.
You know what?
instead of a lift gate, it's got barn doors in the tail.
You know what the Clubman needs? Is that bar hunting rack, like $100,000 setup from the
From
back
the-
of
the
Clarkson's
Range
land.
Rover?
Yeah.
Yes, the Range Rover, the Huntsman Range Rover.
The Royal Hunting Kit.
That would
Yes.
be funnier.
with the
Full bar setup?
Full bar,
Oh,
the
God.
shotguns.
Yeah.
The whole deal.
The like $150,000 shotguns.
Well, if I had shotguns in there, I'd be getting pulled over left and right.
That's fair.
That's fair.
They'd have to find them first. I mean, they're like a beautiful, like hand-built wood cabinet.
Oh, they're not on the window.
No.
Oh.
No,
okay.
it's a $100,000 extension to the Range Rover line.
I see.
It's a wooden cabinet lockbox with a full bar. It's got a like ice chiller in it. It's got 2 setsons for the hunting shotguns. It's nice.
All right.
It's
Well,
really
that
nice.
would probably cost more than the car.
Although, if you got the Clubman Mini,
yes.
we could hook you up with that cool pull-out rack system for golf clubs.
Yeah.
You know,
We could do that.
could put the little slide-out rack.
Which we still need to get you onto the driving range.
Yes, we do.
There you go.
We do.
And on that bombshell. All right.
The literal bombshell.
So anyway, here we are,
Literal bombshell.
ready to go.
Ready to go.
Thanks, guys.
For
Appreciate
anyone
it.
still paying attention, I'm Lane. That's Will and Casey. We're at High Sierra Cigars in Lake Tahoe.
Somewhere.
You're welcome to stop by.
Stop by, say hi, like and subscribe. You know,
Comment.
comment.
Tell us how
Comment.
ridiculous we
Yeah,
are.
tell us how ridiculous Will's shoes are, by the way. And then put in your bets for how long he goes Carlos, because I want to know.
Can you see my shoes? You can't see my shoes.
What are those?
No,